This is Wild About Utah.
Last month, Tom Williams' interview with author Will Grant really got my attention. Will was describing his adventures retracing the original Pony Express route through Utah with his two horses, Chicken Fry and Badger. When he was crossing Utah's West Desert, he ran into a wild stallion. The Onaki herd of wild horses now roams freely there, but this stallion was a loner. Will saw the horse first, about a mile away, rolling in the mud at a watering hole. Will knew the stallion would resent an intrusion into his space. Will picked up some stones. The stallion came at them at a dead run. At the last moment, he veered off and circled them at a gallop. At 40 feet, Will threw his first stone. He missed. The second stone hit the stallion, who reared up and hammered the air with his front hooves. Luckily, after a few more stones, the stallion had had enough and went off to graze. Hoping to see the wild horses from the safety of my car, I picked up the Pony Express trail as it skirted the southern edge of the Great Salt Lake. I stopped in Fairfield at a historic inn that had been the first overnight stop for the stagecoach that was leaving Salt Lake with the mail for a new state of California. The stagecoach journey took 25 days. The Pony Express said it could do it in 10. So at this inn, the Pony Express rider just jumped on a waiting horse and kept going. I wasn't in a hurry, so I poked my head into a small brick building adjacent to the inn. Inside was a lone state park employee who was delighted to see me and insisted I watch a 10-minute video. I was amazed to find out that at this very spot, over 3,000 U.S. soldiers spent 3 years at what they called Camp Floyd. Then, when the Civil War broke out, the soldiers pulled up stakes and disappeared with hardly a trace. Back in my car, I followed the original Pony Express route for miles down an empty, slim road. Up ahead, I knew it would become so dry and desolate that water would have to be hauled to the relay stations by wagon. I was just starting to offer up a small prayer that I wouldn't have any car trouble when I caught sight of the intersecting highway. I don't remember ever being so happy to see traffic. The very first Pony Express rider galloped into Utah in April 1860. Every rider rode between 75 and 100 miles, switching horses every 10 miles. It was expensive, but it was fast. At the same time, another company, the Intercontinental Telegraph, was cutting down trees across the Utah Territory and extending their line of telegraph poles. In October 1861, 5 months after the Civil War broke out, the telegraph company had its 27,000 poles and 2,000 miles of iron wire in place. A message was tapped out in California, went zinging through the wires in Salt Lake, and was delivered to Abraham Lincoln's desk. The people of California, the message read, would remain loyal to the Union. The message traveled from coast to coast in seconds. The Pony Express closed down its operations 2 days later. It had lasted 18 months. This is Mary Hears, and I'm wild about Utah.